Episode 20 of the Planet Nintendo podcast. Let's see what's on the menu for today. So we're going to be talking about some of the news headlines that came out. Joe is going to be giving us an exclusive look at a brand new game. The Switch online service has been announced coming this fall. Will a big game coincide and release with it? Technical difficulties porting games to the Switch, and the Switch past the ugly cousin, the Wii U. What does that mean for the future of the console? Let's get it started. What is up, guys? Your favorite podcast is back. Episode 20, Planet Nintendo Podcast. I'm your host, like always, Patrick from NintenTalk, and I am joined by the best co-hosts on the planet, Bobby, the Nintendo Guru. What's up, dude?
The salty guru. The salty
guru.
What is up, everybody? How you doing, man?
That needs to be a shirt.
No, it does not. It does not.
And Joe from Joe After Work. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
All right. So, yes, I saw the light again. So I was bored. I was bored last night. I'm not talking about the last game of the year, but I was bored last night.
I thought you were coming over to Twitch. Go ahead.
Not your word.
What's your like?
So I was browsing the eShop. I was looking for something to play, and I saw Dragon Quest Builders. So I downloaded the demo.
Yeah, Daddy, here it comes.
2 hours later, I'm buying that game.
I told you, it's a good game, right? It's a good game. I've been saying it. I've been screaming from the rafters. That game is awesome. It's so fun to build stuff, man.
Yeah. And especially with the little quests, and I like how battling is a big part of the game too.
Yeah.
Never been a fan of the actual Dragon Quest games, but this seems like a game that I can dive in and waste my life.
And I like when they're like, hey, there's enemies on the forefront, they're coming to you, you need to prep. And it gets more intense where bigger enemies start to come and attack, and you're building defenses to stop them. They don't just randomly attack the castle, and you got to prep for it. But it's cool, man. It's really cool.
So is it just a story mode, or is there a sandbox mode as well?
Well, you don't have to abide by the story. You can go off and just do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
You can go and you can mine and craft and you can build that to be whatever you want. You know what I mean? You can start to build that castle how you want. They might ask you for things. You don't necessarily have to give it to them right away. You can kind of do your own thing too. But it's cool. The one thing I'm going to say though, to keep in mind, it's a weird thing that they do and I don't understand it. So when you kill certain enemies, they drop items, right? If you kill a slime, it'll drop a slime patch or whatever. What you need to keep in mind is, as each chapter floats through, the drops are different on the enemies. So don't get real haphazard where you're just building stuff and wasting materials, because you might need a material in a future chapter that you could the drop is easy to find in chapter 1. And then you go back to that same enemy in chapter 4, and it's not dropping what you need. And then you got to figure out, oh my god, where is it? You got to go look for it. And so
I see.
So be careful with that. And what I would do too is I would just stockpile up on items. You can never have enough items.
Yeah.
Their chest system is much better than Minecraft 2, where if I drop stuff into this chest and I open that chest, I can get access to everything.
Oh, okay.
So where Minecraft is each chest is individually for itself, this one you can create these chests that will allow you to peek into all of them and stuff, and that's huge. That's really huge. It makes life much easier.
Do you know which chests those were? Because when I was playing, I had to do the individual chesting. I was wait, is there?
It becomes something that you unlock.
Oh, okay,
It's chapter 2 or 3, it unlocks, and then it allows you. I think you create a bigger chest, and then that allows you to. But it's cool because the other thing too is then you can start to build little huts away in different regions, and you're still locked into your main stuff. So you're not running all the way back to get stuff. It makes it a little easier.
Yeah. I also beat Celeste too. That was, oh my god, dude.
So close, so close.
The final level, like, so you're going up like the last part of the mountain. No spoilers, but like you kind of go by these little flags that have numbers on them. And dude, holy crap, it's so fucking hard. But yeah, took about 6 hours. I would say get it.
I have no interest in that game, man. I really had zero interest. I don't know why.
Really?
I don't know.
Dude, that game, I was like, and it was funny because I remember you two saying, no, I'm not going to pick it up. I'm done with pixel art. And then I was like, I'm picking this game up. This game looks awesome. Yeah, but see, I'm having the time of my life.
I've been watching you play, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm just not getting, I'm not getting excited.
You know what it is? It's the story that catches you off guard, and it's optional, so you don't have to find every little piece of story that's in that game. You can run through the entire game with the platform. There's chapter 6 where it's like, okay, it does you get the most information in chapter 6, and it gets real. There's just a lot of issues with like the character herself that get brought up, and they hit home with a lot of that stuff, and it's like very relatable in terms of like what she's dealing with depression wise, how she's trying to overcome it, and like all these metaphors throughout the game that like you catch, and it all comes together in that chapter. It's like, man, that game is something else on a personal level. I was like, whoa, I feel like I'm 22, 23 again. I'm like, oh my god, a lot of this stuff hit home for me. I was just like, even on stream, I was like, okay, I need to stop here for a minute because this is getting too real right now.
No, I really enjoyed that game. It's like the whole premise of the game is you're getting up this mountain, and a super, super stubborn girl, and like she just tries and tries and tries, and that's pretty much what you're doing. You're trying to get in the level, and the thing I like about it is that you'll see a level or like a screen, and you're like, there's no way I'm gonna beat this, and then you find out, okay, I have to do this, jump this way. So it like teaches you throughout the game. It's really odd. I would say, because there are a lot of people that are posting like, oh, I'm not sure about getting this game. I think you should. I think it's worth it. I mean, there are a lot of things coming out right now though, so I would understand, but
it's challenging, but it teaches you along the way. Like Patrick was saying, like every chapter you're learning something different. Different game mechanic, and not so much in terms of like the character herself getting new skills or anything like that, because that stays the same throughout the entire game. It's the environments themselves that change up, that force you to play the game differently every chapter, and that's really awesome.
Yeah. Speaking of new games, so we actually all got the privilege of getting some kind of an invitation to a special event that Zoink was having in New York City. A little salty about this. And they were previewing Faye that's coming out on the Nintendo Switch. Yeah. Bobby had plans with his wife. The world hates me, and I couldn't make it. But Joe was able to make it. So 1/3 of PNP was able to make it. So Joe, I want to ask you, what was your experience with Faye? Because at the time when this comes out, the embargo will lift. You can freely talk about it. So how'd you like it, man?
Yeah, man. Well, first I have to thank Bobby because he mentioned our names to them, and they reached out to us. So, dude, seriously, thank you. I already told you this a million times, but I really do mean it. That's like that was a surreal moment for me. It kind of reminded me of.
I really wish I was there, but you know what? Like Patrick said, it was my 9-year wedding anniversary.
Yeah,
and, dude, there's no way
you can't. There's no way around that.
I was not missing it in a million years. So that was like, no, I couldn't do it. So I messaged Zoink, and I was just like, oh, I'm sorry to tell you this, but I can't do it. And I was like, it's a shame they didn't do like 2 days. They give me the option to pick one to go to, but whatever, no big deal.
Yeah, Klaus was saying like he was in San Francisco the day before. Got to New York City, and then he had like a day off the next day. I was like, do you get any rest at all between now and tomorrow? It's like, but no, the experience myself, so I got to play it on the PS4, and then I got to play it on the Switch. Both ran smooth, both ran at 30 frames per second. Those of you who are frame rate junkies out there, I was playing this on handheld mode on the Switch, and that game, like, I got to play a good like 15-20 minutes of the game.
Nice.
And it ran smooth. It looks great. I love the creatures. Like, I got to see a lot of it during the PlayStation Experience footage that they showed. It was more or less that demo, pretty much, plus a little bit more, which I can't go into detail about. But the communication between the animals, I have to drive this home, is like my favorite part of this game. You have to sing to the creatures, to the plants, in order to get through the game. Like, certain environments won't unlock until you like talk to these animals, and you have to like find them, and sometimes they'll run away from you, so you have to sort of like sing to them and give them like a warning, like, hey, like almost like a stray cat or stray dog outside, and you're like trying to like figure out what's going on, but they're scared of you because they don't know who you are. So like you start going, ee! It's like that's how it sounds like, and you get closer to them, and then you actually have to find the right pitch that matches their language, basically. And then there's two bubbles that come together, and that's how you become friends. And it doesn't work with everything. Sometimes you actually have to find something else before you can actually use that specific item, or it's just certain animals won't talk to you, and that's just kind of that. They're an enemy or something to that effect. It's built a lot around like platforming, puzzle solving, and semi-Metroidvania. And what I mean by that is there's these power-ups that you get throughout the game, and actually when you start off in the game, after you get your first power-up, your first skill, I guess you could say, there's a little circle, and I didn't notice this until I switched over from PS4 to Switch, and this big circle, one of them has it light up that you just got that power-up, and there's like maybe 6 others or something like that you get throughout the game. I didn't count it. I got to go back to the footage because I actually got to edit it for today when this video comes out. So that'll be up over on my channel. And so yeah, it seems like there's going to be areas that you can't reach until you have a specific power up. So you have to go back, and once you have that power up to get it, which is pretty dope. What else is there to say? The differences between the PS4 and the Switch, the way you communicate with the animals is through the trigger, the R2 button on PS4, and you have to do it slowly in order to like get the right pitch. There's like a waveform that shows up between the two as you're communicating, and as soon as the waveform starts to like actually like solidify, you hit the right pitch, and then you're just waiting for the two bubbles to form the communication between the animals. On the Switch, however, you actually use the gyroscope because the buttons they're pretty much solid. They're digital, so it's just like one motion. So you actually have to use the motion, which worked perfectly fine with me. I tested it out with the handheld. And then I did it with the tabletop mode because we didn't have it docked or anything. So with the Joy-Cons, it works out. With the Joy-Cons on the handheld, to me, it worked a little bit smoother. Mm-hmm. When I had them separated, I felt like I had to find the right positioning to then get it. But once I got it, it was more like me trying to figure out the game. Once you get it, I prefer that actually over the hitting the R2 button. So I'll be playing Joy-Cons with these over the PS4 controller. But
that's awesome.
But yeah, you can switch that to the right joystick in the settings.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to.
Did they mention anything about a physical copy on this or no?
No. So right now it's digital. Yeah.
And that's coming out this month. What's the price on that?
Oh gosh, that is a good question because I want to say it's somewhere around the $20 range, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, because it hasn't showed up on the eShop. Probably by the time this video comes out, it might be up there.
It's possible.
Let me check out right now. Hold up. Yeah, it's on the website right now. Yeah, $19.99. Yeah.
Okay. Joe, just
Yeah, February 16th.
Joe,
What's up?
Just slide to the right a little bit. There you go. Perfect.
I was talking off
You're like
this
hanging
entire.
off the side. I'm like, come on, man, get back.
Yeah, you could have interrupted me. I would have.
I'm trying to be in the professional way. I type it in the chat, and you ignore it. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever.
Oh, I don't even have Discord up.
Not Discord.
There we go.
The Skype chat I had it in.
Oh, I don't even have the Skype chat open. Fail on me. There we go.
You're such a mess.
Some of us are new, you know.
It's like
this guy.
Rookie day in the PNP house.
Oh man,
that's cool, man. Did you also preview any other games you could talk about?
I can't.
I'm actually a beta tester on that game.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah. But I haven't got it to.
Yeah, I don't know what I can and can't talk about with that. So.
Yeah. Trying to squeeze every ounce out of it.
Just keep that secret. Don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
Exactly.
No, but big shout outs though, because even though I wasn't able to make it, they still emailed me. So it looks like I'll be getting some kind of review. So we can probably, we could probably all do like a review on it if we all get it. So
no, I know odds are I'll probably get it. I'm not even worried about that. And then I'm assuming Joe would probably get. I think with this, you guys are kind of all on the list and stuff, and you guys will kind of get
we're on the list.
That's pretty cool though.
I'm a CEO, so I know I'm getting it.
Oh, here we go.
Oh my god.
I'm not even sweating it. I love.
Oh, Bobby, I have a message for you from Klaus.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Try to fish.
No, I'm not trying to fish. That's the worst stuff in the world, dude. That stuff is so grotesque, man. It's Stromaning. Stromaning is called. Dude, it is. Oh, I was talking to Tony about it because when we went to dinner on Friday, we were talking about you going and Klaus and the tweets that were going back and forth, and she was just like, Joe has no idea what he's talking about. She's like, that is death.
But that's the fun part.
It is death in a can, man.
I'd imagine, yeah. It looks like it smells bad.
This dude opened it in his house.
Oh, it smells so bad. It is the worst. I can't even describe how putrid.
How about this? 1,000 followers on Twitch. I'll have that can.
You're nuts.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there right now. Is it possible to get in the States?
No. You'd have to.
No?
You'd have to. You could get it because you'd have to. I could get it for you. I'll contact Alex and have her send you.
Yeah, ask your boy Klaus.
Yeah, I could contact Klaus and Alex and get one sent over. I don't know if you want to do that, dude. Seriously, I'm being legit.
You do.
No, you don't, because you don't want to open it inside the house.
A little apartment.
I'll record a video and we'll throw it up as a premiere.
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
I say do it.
Joe, just listen to me, dude. Don't do it. I'm telling you, man. It is god awful, dude.
Oh man, dude, it can't be worse than like having spicy food, which I can't have. I shouldn't have.
Dude, the smell. You can't get past the smell. I'm telling you, dude. I was dry heaving in the front yard, man.
And Bobby lives in Jersey. That's saying a lot.
Dude, it is
oh my god. Yo, savage.
Man. It is horrible. It smells like...
Oh my god.
Imagine like 16 dumpsters of baby diapers, dead bodies, and trash laying in the summertime at 105 degrees.
Oh, so like Staten Island.
And you're just laying in the middle of it. Like, it...
Hopefully somene's eating while watching this episode.
Disclaimer, I'm allowed to say that. I lived in Staten Island for 10 years, so don't give me crap.
Dude, it is the worst. I'm telling you, dude. I opened it up, and when I finally got it open where I could see the contents, the smell hit me again, and I was just like, like it was, dude, it was bad. Like, it was bad.
Like, is it common over there for them to have that? Or is it just like a joke?
No, it's a delicacy.
Wow.
Okay.
In August, they have this big event where they all go out into this park and they have it.
Get the hell out of here.
They're sick bastards, man. I told Klaus. I'm like, who decided that this is a good idea to try this shit? Like, who decides? Like, we're gonna give it a go. You're an asshole if you do this. Like, don't do it, man. I'm telling you.
Oh my god.
You don't.
So anyway,
go. You know what? Go into the Central Park, find a homeless guy, and tell him to slap his junk on your face. That's probably
Jesus Christ.
That's probably a better option.
Bobby. Oh
That's
my
a better
God.
option than what I'm than this.
All right.
I'm just telling you,
man.
I'm just telling you, man. It is so bad. It is so bad.
Oh,
I don't
man.
want to picture that.
Well,
I don't want to picture that either.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. As bad as that is, that's how bad the smell is. It is horrible, dude. Horrible.
I don't even know how to segue.
Tell a homeless guy to scrape the from under cheese off.
Okay.
From under cheese, yo.
Then,
oh my God, I haven't heard that.
Give that a lick. I'm sure that smells better than the fish does. I'm telling you, dude. The fish is so bad.
See, I have to edit the podcast now, so that's why he's doing it.
Oh my God.
Oh, you know what? There's no need to edit that out. Keep that in, man. That's gold.
Yo. That was great. I'm done.
All right, there's some news. There is some news coming out of the Nintendo land. So guys, we're getting a brand new Mario Kart on our phone. On our phone.
Yeah. It's okay.
So
it's okay.
Joe, I'll start with you. What do you think about Mario Kart Tour?
It's another way for Bobby to cheat and beat me in video games again.
I don't cheat.
No. For real.
You can't hang. It's not my fault. You can't.
Listen,
hang.
I see you with your action replay Joe-Cons. All right, I see them.
Yeah.
I see them.
Game Shark Joe-Cons.
You wish.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, fun fact: Joe-Cons are what Joy-Cons are, but I call them Joe-Cons because.
Fun fact: Joe is salty because he can't beat me at Mario Kart.
Oh man, listen, Bobby, you don't want any of this.
We already been down this road, my man. I already went. Listen,
my man, I got to beat you once. That's all I care about.
How about next Friday? We'll stream. You stream your side, I'll stream my side, and we do this.
And then Rybo will come and take over.
And then Rybo will come and destroy us both.
We'll do it on Twitch. That's fine. We'll get the community involved. We'll do it on Twitch. We'll both.
No, that'll be cool though. I'm down, man.
If Patrick got man enough to be on Twitch too, we could
do a multi-stream. Yeah, I'll set up the multi-stream link.
Patrick, you can hang over in YouTube land and stream it if you want.
I'll set up the multi-stream link so that way people can like see both of us at the same time, top and bottom screen.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Done. Yeah, done.
Right, let's do it.
Okay, but yeah. Mario Kart Mobile. Mario Kart Tour.
Yeah.
It's too early to. This is weird because I don't know if I guess Nintendo's gotta know. Like,
this is why you don't look. This is why people should be hyped because the trend when we get a mobile game, we get a console game. The only one that hasn't happened yet is Animal Crossing, but I really feel like that's soon. So
when we get a mobile game, we get a console game. Sorry, can elaborate?
Typically when Nintendo puts the mobile game out, we get a console.
I see what you're saying.
That follows it. Yeah.
Okay.
It follows it. You know, like because of the Pokemon Go trend, Nintendo's been smart enough to go like, "Hey, we want to get these games on." So maybe there's a chance that we get a new Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, I think that goes without saying. I mean, 2019 sounds, far enough from Deluxe to get a.
I wouldn't even say that Deluxe matters. It's a matter of like when was the original Mario Kart, and then go. Like it wasn't like they were putting a whole hell of a lot of time into, DLC. They did.
Yeah.
And
they added a few
the
things.
Entire team. You know what I mean? Like, I really think we're gonna get a new one soon. And that would be awesome to have that.
Oh, you're saying like the fact that they even announced for 2019, we might get an announcement somewhere down the road for a new Mario Kart game like this year or something like that.
No. We might actually. No, I'm just saying like when Mario Kart Tour hits, which is supposed to hit what, 2018, late 2018?
No, fiscal year 2019.
Okay, so all right, so there's a good chance that
probably see one in 2020, 2019.
Mario Kart. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm thinking maybe we'll see Mario Kart 9 in 2019, 2020. Like that would be cool, man.
That makes sense. Makes sense. Which that would be cool. I'm just saying like and I didn't mean to sound negative when I was like saying like I don't understand Nintendo sometimes. It's weird to hear a mobile game so far ahead of time.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's like normally when you hear about mobile games, you're like, okay, and it's out now, or like it's out in a couple of months. Don't get me wrong, I like it. I kind of actually see it, and I want to know what you guys think too. Like the pricing scheme for this, I feel like would probably be similar to Super Mario Run, where they charge like the $9.99 for it without the add-ons. Just give us the full game.
Yeah.
See, I'm not gonna actually disagree with you here. I put out a video about like my thoughts on this, and I actually think that the only way that this game scales, like I think that Mario Kart is on the same level as Pokemon in terms of like brand awareness and stuff. Like people like Mario Kart. It's one of the first few Nintendo games people play. Like if you look at the Wii, what other games did people have like Mario Kart Wii? So if you make this free to play with microtransactions, this could be giant.
Which
like,
it could totally
giant.
be. You charge per cart, per character, per track. It can get really microtransactiony really quickly.
Yeah. I would love to pay $9.99 and get everything and have this like a legit Mario Kart game.
I don't think they're gonna do that though.
Exactly. Like there's a disconnect when it comes to mobile games. I don't think we're there yet where people are like, oh yeah, I'll spend $10 on a mobile game. It's more like, oh, let me play this for like a minute. You know, like
and it's just wishful thinking on my side.
But I think the other thing, like
I can totally see it that way.
To kind of answer your thing about like the announcement, so it's not technically an announcement. You know, this is what people need to understand is this is Nintendo talking to investors. So they're trying to sell them to keep stock or to invest more money in stock. So at that point, they're just saying like, hey, this is on the horizon. These are some things that we have happening on the horizon. So this isn't really, unfortunately for Nintendo, it makes it very difficult for them to keep stuff tight to the vest. Like they have to. It's very similar to this. When Iwata announced that they were partnering with DNA to do stuff, they had to announce the NX at the time, or else, as bad as the Wii U was doing, everybody would have jumped ship and been like, you're done, you're out.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things that like they're announcing stuff, but they're not really intending to announce it the way they like. Nintendo didn't put out that logo that said like you didn't see Nintendo America tweet that and all these other companies. That was basically that was people that took the what you call it, oh my god, the display that they were showing during the event. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the picture that they took, the screenshot that they took, and they posted it and stuff. And it's like, so when you look at that stuff, it's like, it's an announcement, but it's not an announcement. It's not an official announcement. It's not like Nintendo's coming out and being like, hey, this is what we're doing, guys. Like, be prepared to go buy this. This is more like, hey, Mr. Investor, like, you got like a lot of money with us. Don't be prepared to leave just yet. Like, this is what else we have going on.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how we move forward. But I'm excited for it again because I like the fact that like I like to see what Nintendo's doing, and I like to see stuff like this. It only bodes well. You know what I mean? Like, and there's a lot of people that are upset that it's coming to mobile. It's like, why? Look, man.
Why not?
Either you're a mobile gamer or you're not. This game is not technically for you. Don't. It's like Labo. I was saying it last night to Joseph Moran. Like, it's like Labo. Like, Nintendo tells you this is for kids, and all the adults get pissed off about it. And it's like
exactly.
Mobile games, from experience, are not. Look at the mobile games that Nintendo's put out: Miitomo, Fire Emblem Heroes, Animal Crossing Pocket, Super Mario Run. The only game that I played completely through was Super Mario Run. I quit Animal Crossing Pocket. I'm a huge Animal Crossing fan. I quit. I stopped playing it. You know, like Miitomo, I like Tomodachi Life. I quit playing it. You know, and it's like Fire Emblem, I'm a big Fire Emblem fan. I played for the demo, and I was just like, nope, not for me, man. I'm not a fan of mobile games. That's just not how I want to consume my game. So,
gonna pour one for the Miitomo. R.I.P.
So for me, it's just like, I get it. I'm fine with it being there because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to buy it, you know? Animal Crossing Pocket is a huge success. Fire Emblem Heroes is a huge success for Nintendo. That's what we need. We need Nintendo to be successful in the mobile market. So I'm fine with this.
So real quick, let's go around. Free to play or they're going to charge? And this is way out in the future, but just
I think it's a free to play. I think it's a free to play, and it gets. But my question is, like, man, what the hell could the microtransactions be? Like, you buy.
My thought get crazy with it.
My thought was like racing tickets or something like that. Like you have to pay like one ticket to race. You get like 5 a day, like as a base, and then you can buy more.
That's annoying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they could do it, but I don't see like paying for items, and I don't know.
Like I could see Nintendo saying like we're going to charge $9.
Or like
I could see Nintendo going like it's either free to play, like give you both options, really, because Nintendo's quirky enough to do that stuff and be like, hey, man, you could pay $50 and you get the entire game unlocked, and here you go, or you get it for free and you just pay for microtransactions. But
I was actually thinking about that. Yeah,
it's a hard juggling act to do because
or it's free, but you can only use Peach.
You know what, man? You are really, truly becoming sexist, and I'm not a fan of that.
I'm done with you. Why do I even say things? Okay.
I don't know why you say things.
Yeah, I think I still think they might be ballsy enough to charge for this one. Maybe they'll change up the pricing.
Didn't they drop Mario Rundown like to $5?
I don't think so.
At some point,
they did do a discount. I don't think it was permanent though. It was $4.99 for a bit.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Another piece of info that came out was the sales numbers. Of course, this always comes out when they have those big meetings.
Show me the green, Patrick. Show me the green.
Oh, I will show you the green. Just to highlight some things, Super Mario Odyssey, 9 million copies sold. I think it was I think it was announced that it's like 15 million Switches. We're at like that mark right now.
Yeah.
But 9 million
Dude,
Odysseys.
The attach rate is insane on Nintendo games.
That is nuts.
Here's the thing, man. Go back. What's the num? Here's where the astronomical number comes into play. Go back when Nintendo announced that we sold 10 million units, which is only like a couple months ago, and Odyssey was nowhere near 9 million units.
No.
And now
that was like 2 million or something.
Yeah, that is insane. The amount of copies that this game sold during the holiday, like
that's nuts. Yeah. And then Breath of the Wild combined with Wii U sales is like 7.5 million. The one that stuck out to me was Mario Kart Deluxe is like with Breath of the Wild. It's like 7.5 million.
That's shocking, man.
That's not bad, man.
What I'm curious is how many copies did they sell on the Wii U?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, probably like 4 million. If I had to guess.
I think you're about right. I think that and Splatoon sold 4 million originally.
Yeah.
And when you look at that when you look at those numbers, and you go, man, this thing has outpaced. Dude, it just goes to show. I'm gonna call you out, Mr. Thomas. Don't block me. Don't get mad. But it just goes to show that like sometimes ports are needed, and a port like that just goes to show that like it was the right call for Nintendo to port that game.
Yeah.
And give it
that game is so good though.
Oh god, yeah, man. It is
like that's a perfect like how do you follow up a game like that? Like the battle mode's perfect now. Like it's just another number that I saw was Splatoon 2 was at 5 million, which it's pretty much right in line with Splatoon 1, if not a little bit more. And that's good to see from like a second year game. It's usually like that's like the telltale. Like is it gonna stay as a franchise? But damn, 5 million for that game. 1-2 Switch sold over 1 million.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That game shouldn't even be sold at all.
Xenoblade 2 over 1 million.
That game is so good.
Yes.
Dude.
Over 1 million.
Although I'm a little frustrated right now, Joe.
Bobby, I got your back. Don't give up. Don't give up on that.
I'm pushing through.
What chapter are you on?
Now. I'm still the same spot. I'm still where we were the
Chapter
other day.
4? But dude, you're like doing things that don't even involve story right now. Just focus on the story. You'll be fine.
I was focusing on the story, and I don't have the powers to unlock that damn thing.
What? Okay, you know what?
Green barrel.
FaceTime. Oh, the green barrel. Oh, I know exactly where you are. Okay. You need to do a Merc mission for that. You can do a Merc mission and be totally fine. It's in there.
Yeah, but Poppy doesn't get the powers.
Don't worry about Poppy.
Poppy needs to unlock it, man. What are you talking about here? After this,
oh my
you and I
God.
will talk.
Yes.
It's like a
Just
weekly
Merc missions
meeting.
are your friends, guys.
I've been doing Merc missions every chance I get.
You might be missing the one that popped up when that area.
But that one. It's
the same thing happened to me. Same thing happened to me. I was like, oh, the Merc mission's right there.
Yeah, but to see a game sell over 1 million, like that kind of game.
That game is so good, dude. It really is. It really is.
I might get lynched for this. If Breath of the Wild didn't come out last year, that's my goatee. Like it teeters even right now. It still teeters. I'm like, damn, that game came out at the perfect time for me. Yeah. And I was like questioning that December release date. No, that was perfect.
I really think that if that game came out September, I guarantee you it would have been in the running for Game of the Year. That game is so good, man. So good.
Like, can I move that to 2018? That's like my 2018 goatee right now. Like,
people
please.
Overlooked it because of you had Zelda and you had Odyssey. Mm-hmm. But if they would have pushed that game to 2018, I think that's probably going to be their Game of the Year.
That would have been a smart move.
Things that I was missing from Breath of the Wild. I was like, oh man, this story is so telling. And not that Zelda didn't have a story, but like, and you know, the way it was told. No. Oh my God. And Bobby, I'm telling you, if you keep going.
I'm going to keep going.
That game is going to like break your face. Like, oh my God. Emotionally, mentally, physically.
If I can get past this section, then we'll talk. But
we'll talk. I got your bet, son.
I was just going to say, like, all the things that people wanted from Breath of the Wild, you're getting like 15-minute cutscenes now.
Oh my God, dude. It is crazy, man.
And it gets even like Kojima territory with the cutscenes later on. Just letting you know.
The and dude, just the fact, like, the voice acting is really good. I think they did a good job with the voice acting. It's
English or Japanese?
I listen to it. I play it in English. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. No. You can, because
Japanese
voice back. Too. Everyone's like very pro Japanese VO.
I speak English. I want to hear the thing in English. I want to know what's going on.
Hey, it was just a question. Don't
I played a little bit of it. I don't really like the main character's voice, but whatever. Yeah.
I don't mind Rex. I think
what do you mean, Patrick?
What do you mean, Patrick?
That's Irish. He's not Irish.
I don't even know what he is. He's like Scottish.
He's English. What are you talking about?
Sorry, that's Nia. Nia's Irish. She's got the Irish accent.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell's wrong with you guys?
Pyra.
So those are the sales numbers. I thought I'd
Patrick, you're all about the big jugs and stuff. Like, I'm surprised you're not all into that.
I'm waiting for Senran Kagura or whatever. Slap around.
A full plate is coming to you soon.
That's not coming to the United States. I got news for you, man.
Oh my God!
I gotta buy that game. I just gotta get it.
You gotta buy that game.
Well, the problem is I don't have no money in Japanese funds, man. I gotta get it though.
Oh my God! Solaris Japan cards.
That's the whole reason why I got the Japanese, profile.
I'm glad I could sell you guys on that game.
Although I haven't got it yet, so it doesn't really make any sense why I have a Japanese profile.
Senpai?
Although I wonder, you know what though? I wonder this. So, serious note, when there's a Japanese Splatfest, now that I have a Japanese profile, can I play in those Splatfests? Or do I need a Japanese game?
You need to buy Japanese Splatoon. I think
so. I don't think so, because it's region free. I'm going to try it next
time.
Yes,
you might.
If anybody knows the true answer to this, I'm not going by Joe, because Joe don't even play Splatoon.
Hold on. No. I can tell you right now, if the game is still available to like purchase, like if it gives you a price on the Japanese version, then you may need to buy the Japanese version of that game.
You know what? I'm not listening to your lies.
Well, you're on the right channel. These guys will probably tell you. So another piece of information, and it actually goes into the first topic, is the online service, which will come out, I believe, September? I think they said September. And my topic is a lot of people are talking. Oh, Smash is confirmed. Like we're gonna get a big online game with the online service. I'll start with Bobby this time. Not necessarily Smash, but do you see like a big online game, kind of like proof of concept?
I see Smash coming.
Here we go.
No, I really do.
Do you really?
I really do. I really do. It makes the most sense. Makes the most sense. But you put out a game that's online intensive that that people love and you would get a lot of people buying it. Number one, you get a lot of people playing it online. Number two, and it's gonna test the riggers. It's gonna be your proving. It's gonna be your proving ground where you go like, hey, this is what this thing does, and here you go for it. And it proves that like this is what happens. I think we also get voice chat in the app across the board. It opens up more. I think they went 2018, the end of 2018, because they recognize like we need more time to flesh out a lot of what this online structure is going to do. I think we're going to wind up seeing a lot of things during this thing when it launches. I think a lot of those things that were in that leak are going to start to come true. Because I think Nintendo recognized. Look, Nintendo kind of led us to believe that like early 2018 we're getting this thing. Because we're supposed to get it fall of 2017.
Yeah.
So when they pushed it back, they made it sound like it was coming like first quarter of 2018. Yep. Then when they come out and they go like it's coming the end of 2018, that tells me that like they saw that leak video and they were like, we need to work, we need to do more. Like not that they saw the leak video, I think they saw the reactions to the leak video, and I think they were just like, yeah, we need to do something here. We need to fix this the best we can and do some more work to it and get some other things added to this. And some of the investors even come out and asked some questions, which are some things that I think people are looking for. So I really think, I really do. I think that Smash is the ideal game to come out and coincide. Not necessarily the same day and date, but probably like Smash will come out and then the online will be out like a week later or vice versa, And I really think that that's the game that they want to look at it and go like, guys, you want a strong, you want a reason to pay for online? Here it is. Because think about it. If you give people online, right? The idea behind online is people are going to play online, right? Where you're going to pay for this service and you're going to be able to play online. It only makes sense to launch a game, a big game, that you play online at the same time to give people the reason to buy the online service. And what game would better do that than Smash?
That's true.
So to me,
that'd be an awesome direct.
Oh
like
man,
talking about boring online stuff, maybe like Virtual Console, and then all of a sudden have the Smash like sound come up. Oh my god!
I think it's a no-brainer, man. I really do. The other thing is I don't think we hear anything about the online service till E3. E3, I think they go in and they start talking about like what it's going to do and what you can have and all that stuff.
You don't see that as like a separate direct?
I don't, because I think Smash is going to coincide with it. So I think they're going to kind of like tie it all together and do the whole thing. They may not talk about it in the actual digital event, but I think at some time during that week of E3,
information will just like roll out. Yeah.
Like you'll be watching like the Treehouse, and then all of a sudden they'll be like, oh, by the way, Smash is coming, yes, and the online it launches right along with it, and then everybody will be like, what? Why wasn't this in the digital event? I don't understand why they didn't put this in the digital event.
They would be the ones to be like, oh, by the way, we have Smash. Anyway.
Yeah.
Joe, what about you? Any game you have in mind, Smash or?
I had to keep running through the middle of like, okay, what is actually slated for this year? What's coming out eventually that they haven't given a release date for that could fit that time that slot of September? And I can't think of anything else other than Smash, which leads me to believe Nintendo could pull a Nintendo. This could be it. This could be the moment that Nintendo beats Nintendo and just gives us something completely weird that's going to be multiplayer. True. In the year of Labo, it's I feel like
Labo Smash Edition.
Oh my god!
You got the robot suits.
Stop! Please stop.
Just put a Captain Falcon thing. Get some fox ears.
Like you're sitting there, and it's like, uppercuts, and then like you throw your punch and like your kicks. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna physically become the fighters in Smash.
And then your string breaks, and you're like, "Fuck." I don't know, man.
Just telling you. Just telling you.
It does make me wonder if they're gonna add Labo characters like that robot to Smash in this version.
That'd be funny.
But no, in all seriousness, it almost seems too obvious that Smash would be the game that gets released with this. Because why not roll out this program and for one reason or another, not have a game coincide with this, even if it's like a month apart? That could be, that's fine too. I really want Smash. I just really think it's gonna be something weird. Nintendo's gonna pull something, and I just don't know what it is.
I really feel this, that like if you're going to try to push people to online, you can't give them games they've already been playing for free online for 2 years.
Splatoon already finished all their DLC by then.
ARMS, that juggernaut that's ARMS, that's going to be done as well with DLC. That's people are, and then
it's going to be on to the next thing.
Then Mario Kart. But I'm saying is like you can play those games already online.
Yep.
So you want me to then now pay to play online, something I've already been playing for free for 2 years. Now you want me to pay you for it? And it's like that makes no sense. But if they go like, hey, you're going to play all these games online plus this brand new game, then I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I do see that as well. But then again, this is a $20 a year service. I don't know. I don't necessarily know if they need like a proof of concept, but at the same time, like they could also make this all about virtual console and like that fake leak that we had the other whatever about like themes and like voice chat and stuff like that got us excited. I feel like that's almost enough. But yeah, Joe, I hope they don't come out with, hey, here's legs.
WarioWare Online. Something really weird. I swear, it's gonna be something weird.
I wouldn't be surprised. Joe has a topic today. What is it, man?
Yeah, so this goes back to my time with Fea earlier last week with Klaus, and we were chatting, and I was asking him, like, how was it trying to get this onto the Switch? And he said that it took a lot to get this thing running on the Switch the way they wanted it to. I can't stress the fact that game runs great, and you guys will see the footage. Which you hear certain devs saying, oh yeah, this was just made it real smooth and pretty damn easy to get to the Switch. And you have situations with like Jules where he had Zeo Drifter within like a couple of weeks or so running over on Switch. So it's just interesting to hear all these different one side of the story and then another side of the story, it being like, a more 3D processed game over maybe pixel art games are easier to port over or something to that effect. So I want to know from you guys if you've heard any other stories or can recall any other times in the last year that Switch has been out of devs, having issues bringing games over to Switch.
WWE 2K18, baby.
Yes.
Them
That's
guys
right.
bastardized that whole damn game.
Yeah. 2 patches, right?
2 patches and still not running right.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a shame.
NBA Playgrounds was another one that just wasn't.
Really?
Yeah, it was having all kinds of issues. It ran like when you played.
That's right.
When you played television mode, and then you played handheld. Handheld was real janky looking and stuff, and real bad. And then the frame rates and the load times, and they had to fix all that stuff. So, I
actually just bought that, by the way. If you want to throw down, Bobby, like I'm here.
I will, but that game is really bad.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is like the shooting.
You
want like every basketball game you release at the top of your arc, and this one they want you to release in the middle of the arc, and it's like.
Did you see the new meter?
It don't matter. I shot better before that meter showed up.
Oh my god!
I got guys that are 9 point 3-point shooters. Like ranked to 9, and they can't sink a 3 to save their lives. And before I was draining 3s like it was nobody's business. Like they wrecked the game. The game is shit.
Oh my god!
But like for me, like I look at like let's go back to Zoink Games for a minute. And before everything got crazy with the Switch, Zombie Vikings they had up and running like within 2 days. And that game was a PS4 game. It was an Xbox One game, and it's not super crazy. I think the thing is like you have to look at the level of difficulty of the game, like in terms of. It's hard to say. I think it all also depends on the studio you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about a small indie developer, right? That's doing a big, massive game. I don't understand why they couldn't get EA to help a little bit with this and to help them figure that out. But when I look at a game like Doom, and I see Doom running on there, and I see a game like Skyrim, and I see that running flawlessly, and it didn't seem like it was difficult for that studio to get it over. It makes me just wonder, like, what's the caliber of the studio? Like, what's the caliber of the game, and then what's the caliber of the studio? Zoink is a very small studio, you know, so it makes sense that they struggled to get this running properly. But the one thing I understand is you had a partnership with EA. Why wasn't EA helping you get it up and running? You know what I mean? Like, you would think that EA would have a couple of tricks up its sleeves because they also got FIFA running on the Switch. Mm-hmm. And that game seemed to run pretty smoothly. So it's kind of interesting to see what exactly...
yeah, it was like a 5-year project, I believe.
Well, Faye was a long project as it was.
Yeah.
I've said it before, like if you play Zombie Vikings, there's a demo, a beta baked into that game. So you go over to a certain section, you unlock it, and what it is it's one of the Vikings, Zombie Vikings, eats a mushroom and he starts tripping balls, and it unlocks Faye, and that's so that Faye is like a mushroom ride in one of the Vikings' heads.
That's dope.
That's hysterical.
So that game came out probably like 4 years ago, something like that now, and they were working on Faye before that. So
yeah,
and Faye, so a playable demo was available 4 years ago, and they've been working on it and tinkering with it, making it better and better and better for 4 years.
It's crazy.
So, yeah, it's honestly, I'm glad it did make its way to the Switch because I really feel like they're going to sell more versions on the Switch than they do on the PS4.
Yeah.
This is a Nintendo game.
You just reminded me of something, which hopefully people are still listening at this point. With Faye, Faya.
Faye. Don't go into that stupid Swedish nonsense that they say.
Hey, I'm just trying to pronounce it the way they say it.
I know. They're trying to push that narrative. It doesn't work.
The game does this weird loading thing, so it like stalls for like a split second in certain areas. It did it on both PS4 and on Switch, so I think it's just the way the game's processing the worlds and loading up different environments. It did happen a couple times in my thing, so just be wary of that. It's not like a bug or anything like that. It's just the way the game loads up. And it's like you might not even notice it. I caught it a couple times.
Yeah,
but...
don't put that in people's heads. Just leave them alone.
Yeah.
Joe's a freak of nature, and he's like overanalyzing stuff. He's been hanging around.
No, I asked him about it.
You've been hanging around Rybo too much. Stop it.
I think it's a little concerning because it's happened with Ukulele. It's happened with Rhyme. You were just listing off like Playgrounds and stuff, and I think anytime a game gets pushed back, I think that Ukulele could have been one of the best-selling games, like on the eShop, if it came out day and date with like the other games.
Yeah.
And like when those delays happen and they happen, like the hype of the game goes down because everyone's played it. So I think that it is worth mentioning because it does hurt sales of the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This might be kind of like the growing pains. Like the Switch just came out, so I don't know. There's this whole thing about like low-resing the game for handheld, and I don't know. It just seems like I can't talk as a game developer, but like just as a fan, I see this happening. But that's the only thing that I take away from it.
I'll ask Jules tonight. I'm gonna talk with Jules tonight, so I'll talk to him.
Sweet.
You know, so you guys you can get that answer on behind the scenes. Jules, watch him.
You should ask him that though. Just like have a whole episode about like putting a game on a Switch. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
And then Bobby's favorite console. He's gonna kind of dive into it a little bit with his topic.
Yeah, man. So with the 14.86 million units of the Switch, it has now surpassed the Wii U lifetime sales. So in a year, it's basically overtaken, and that's, to me, that's a phenomenal feat. Like, you're coming off a console that was dead. Like, the Wii U is done, dead. People were writing off Nintendo, like, prior to the NX announcement. They were just like, Nintendo's done, they should start making third-party games. So to see them come back in a big, bad way is pretty impressive. So I kind of wanted to talk about that, like, what it means to you guys to see this happen. So, Patrick, where you at?
I remember it was like 2 or 3 years ago. People were making YouTube videos, and there's this famous picture. You can still probably see it. It's a picture of a PS4 box with Mario on it, and everyone was saying, should they go third party? People were completely writing off Nintendo, and yeah, you're right. Like, they came back in a big way. It's awesome to see. I mean, it's unfortunate kind of what happened with the Wii U. You were talking last night with Joe about, or Joseph, about if Splatoon and Mario, if Splatoon and Mario came out, launched, like, we'd be saying a different story about the Wii U. But I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's nice that we can, like, kind of relive, or people can relive these games like Tropical Freeze, Hyrule Warriors and stuff. So in that respect, it's nice that those games are coming out. But I gotta say, I'm not too surprised, really. If you put out a console that is basically overtaking your handheld market, you put in good marketing, you're putting out the best games that we've seen in decades. It all kind of makes sense if you think about it. I mean, it is an awesome feat, but I mean, they have all the tools there to make it. I think the biggest thing is overtaking that handheld market. As soon as Pokemon comes out, you're not even gonna, like, hear the word 3DS anymore. It's gonna be completely irrelevant.
I personally think that the way you stop 3DS sales is for us to stop buying the special editions.
Bobby.
Yeah, I'm to blame. I'm totally to blame. I just bought the Pikachu 2DS.
Oh no!
So
that one's sexy.
I have it.
Oh, no.
I own it. It's upstairs.
Why?
Because I like it. Just because I'm like, this thing's gonna be worth money.
Yeah,
it is.
It's one of those things that I think that, like,
and I think that's why they keep pumping them out
too,
secretly.
That's what it boils down to. Because I said this to Joseph last night. When you look at the consoles are selling, but the games aren't, and that's a true tale. That, like, people are buying the consoles because they're special editions, they're collectors, and that's all it is. But when you look at the actual games, the games are not moving.
Did you get the Pokeball one?
Pokeball one? No. I got the Pikachu one.
Oh, okay.
It's got Pikachu's face on it.
Yep.
It's yellow. Yeah. It's a 2DS.
It was the one that came out in Japan when we got the Pokeball one. Last month.
Yeah.
Sorry, not last month. November, October, or something like that.
Man. So I was like,
Pikachu consoles are always rare. Like,
always rare. They're always worth money, man. So I'm like, you know what? I'm buying it. I'm not even taking it out of the box. I'm gonna put it in my shelf. And that's it. It's done. Game over. And in 10 years, I'll sell that son of a bitch, and I'll make my retirement fund.
Pikachu.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Bobby Chew.
This guy.
Whatever,
this
man.
Guy.
Don't start your nonsense.
What was the question?
The question was
about the Wii U.
Well, okay. Let's change this a little direction a little bit. So it surpassed the Wii U. Lifetime sales in 1 year. Can it topple the Xbox and the PS4 year one sales?
In lifetime sales? Year one sales.
Sales.
Didn't it surpass?
Well, what are the year one sales, first of all?
Yeah.
I thought Xbox was around 15, 16 million.
Okay, so yes.
Yeah. And then I believe, PS4 is 18 million.
Okay, I was going to say, what did it surpass year one sales in terms of PlayStation? Because there was a news article a couple weeks ago about that, wasn't it?
I think it beat out PS2 or something.
Oh, was it PS2 related?
Yeah.
Okay.
So PS4 did 18 million units in year one. And Nintendo has 2 months left.
To sell 3 million?
approximately a little more than 3 million. When you think about it, they just sold 5 million almost in 2 months.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things of like, well, they got to bump off of Christmas. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
Are they able to keep this going? The question to me, here's the question to me, and it's not even. This is the determination of whether this happens or not. Can they get consoles in the hands of the Japanese?
What are the March games? I know Bayonetta is the February title.
Bayonetta is February.
Dragon Quest Builders.
Dragon Quest Builders is next week.
Yeah, but Nintendo specifically, what's in March?
I think isn't Hyrule Warriors?
Kirby.
Oh, Kirby.
Hyrule Warriors is in Japan. I know that at the end of the month.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got an official release date here in the U.S.
In May is Tropical Freeze.
Yeah,
and then you could probably see like.
I think they could do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be
I
tight,
think they could do it. Yeah,
it's gonna be tight.
I don't think Bayonetta would be a big system seller, but that'll be more for that'll be more software based, I'd imagine.
I really want that game to do well, man. I really do.
I do.
Because that is such a good game.
I'm excited about the third one.
Yeah, I am too. Have you played the first and the second, Patrick?
I haven't played them.
Oh man, you're in for a treat, dude.
You as a guy that's very sexist and into big jugs and all that, you would love that game. That is right up your alley, man.
Although 2 is more tamed in terms of the clothing gestures and
2 is more tamed.
Yeah, 2 is more tamed.
2 is more tamed.
2 is more tamed. Yeah.
Damn, I've seen 2 and I'm like, damn.
No,
yeah,
no, dude, 1 is bad, dude.
One's out there.
Rolling around with a stripper pole
I'm gonna swipe in my Fox amiibo. I'm gonna wear the Fox costume. Going to go in the R wing.
Surprised they even allowed that game on the Wii U.
Dude,
Amiibo supported.
You see that Peach costume?
Amiibo supported.
And I'm like, holy crap, dude! How is this loud? Like short ass mini skirt. Like I'm just like, holy crap, dude.
It's like wearing a Halloween costume.
Like, pretty much. It's basically Halloween all over again.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
but yeah, I think with Kirby, I feel like might pull some units. I think it'll do enough.
Stop, man! No, Kirby is not a system seller.
I'm not saying it's a system seller. But no, dude, hear me out. Hear me out. It's the end of the console. Oh my god. For the first Kirby game to be on the Switch, getting more kids in line with Kirby, and then leading up to Labo, like I think you can push the 18 that you need, because their goal is 20, right?
Yeah.
I think they'll hit it. It's
possible.
Yeah. I think they fall right there. 18 looks like a good number.
When you think about like Bayonetta, and I'm not thinking of like just the US, like internationally, Bayonetta will do a lot better outside of the States than it will in the States. I feel like it's more of a cult following here. That's why we aren't getting the nonstop climax edition, which I'm pissed off about. But
when you think about
I'm not pissed off about it. I over dramatize.
When you think about it, when you look back at Patrick, stop hitting whatever you're hitting over there. All you hear is microphone vibrations coming through your things.
That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, that is Joe.
I thought it was some of you.
Is it?
Joe must be banging around like a.
No. Sorry, guys. Maybe it's the keyboard tray.
I don't know what you're doing, but knock it off.
There we go.
No, like when you think about it, like the reason why we got Bayonetta in Smash was because the numbers in the UK were so high. The votes. She was number 1 in the UK. I think number 3 in the United States, and then I don't know where she ranked, or no, I don't know. Number 3 in Japan, I think, and then something. But regardless, like yes, she's a bigger seller in those 2 regions. Yeah. So
and now it is a Nintendo.
Out there.
It is an exclusive now, right?
Oh yeah, it's been an exclusive. It was exclusive.
Yeah.
Bayonetta 2 is an exclusive.
Yeah.
The game did not happen until Nintendo basically was like, come make the game exclusive for us. We'll fund it. So they funded it, and it's the same reason why they're funding 3. So
Bayonetta.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm excited for it.
It's a good game.
But yes, by the time you see this, we'll probably be wasting our lives in Dragon Quest Builders.
I will be.
You guys are.
I will be like, yeah, playing that on on Twitch. Playing my Switch on Twitch. Yeah.
Guys, at least play the demo, because the demo ends.
Yes.
It's like, oh hey, now you got to get this big weapon, and then you go into the portal, and it's like, nope, buy the game.
Demo's out.
I know. It's such a cock tease, man. It's like, here you go.
What's cool is you can collect all that stuff and transfer your save over to the game when it comes out.
Is it going to let you transfer?
It's gonna take your file, I believe so.
Oh well, I'm gonna keep playing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start collecting a bunch of stuff, man.
Oops, I deleted it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I just played it.
But your save is still there. It's saved onto the Switch profile. Unless you manually deleted that.
I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna keep collecting.
Yeah, that's what I had started doing.
It better work. If it doesn't work, I'm coming to New York. I'm gonna whip your ass, man. If I go put more time in this game and it doesn't work, I'm gonna be one mad.
I'll look into it, but yeah, I'm almost positive you'll be able to transfer your save over.
Patrick.
Yes.
That is all.
Sign us out.
All right, guys, you can catch this every Wednesday, Planet Nintendo Podcast, unless I screw up. That's beautiful, but it's not Dragon Quest.
Minecraft.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching. You can find Kerbobby, Bobby Gurus, whatever you could. I don't know. Sign off, guys.
Follow me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/the_Nintendo_guru. Follow me on YouTube at youtube.com/Nintendo Guru. On the Twitters at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Joseph?
Joe. Okay, Joe.
Joseph.
Oh my God, this guy out of control. Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all at Joe After Work.
And you know where to find me. So we will see you next week. That is all.
Peace out, Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
Oh my God.